Do not let the clickbait title thumbnail fool you, okay? This is not another doom and gloom Halo video. That's not my objective. That's a shameless attention grab because it's cool to hate Halo these days, right? Or at least cool to hate what Halo's become. Although, truthfully, if you are or were a Halo fan, you've got some valid reasons to feel discouraged and pessimistic about the state of the franchise and the direction it may or may not be headed. Skepticism seems like the main feeling associated with Halo these days, and at times it feels like we've gotten to a point where people would rather see this franchise burn to the ground than rise up again. Triumphantly, you know, like some kind of Harry Potter spirit animal, especially on Twitter. Honestly, nobody's safe on Twitter, bro. Grok's got everybody in bikinis. And don't you dare show me those Halo Steam charts. Splitgate 2 tried defending theirs, and look what's happening to them. They made this post defending their low player count, and their dev name is 1047 Games, so everybody is clowning on them, because apparently they don't even have 1,000 players. Good thing we don't call Halo Studios 343 anymore. It's kind of crazy, man. Like, even Opera GX, the web browser, is just cooking these guys in my timeline. And honestly, Splitgate 2 is a solid game, and I hope it finds momentum, because the arena shooter genre needs a W, man. Like, it feels like we've just been taking it for years. It's wild to think that the only game doing relatively well with gameplay even remotely similar to Halo is Call of Duty. Like, bro, imagine telling a Halo fan 20 years ago that Call of Duty is the only thing making arena shooters relevant today. They would laugh in your face. They'd be offended too, because by definition, Call of Duty is not even an arena shooter. So, well, that's shit. But it also makes me think we are long overdue for a massive resurgence. And that's the thing about Halo, man, is that despite every stumble, every failure this franchise has sustained, I still feel that Halo has so much freaking potential. And clearly Microsoft recognizes this too with the rebrand to Halo Studios and the money they continue to throw at it. So much of our gaming industry and its leadership today grew up with Halo. We were shaped by this franchise one way or another. With the right moves and a little momentum, there's always potential for a bounce back. In the big 2026, now approaching my mid-30s, I recognize this is pure cope. I am completely delusional. But somehow, I guess I just love Halo, man. The big question now is, are the right moves being made? So let's talk about it. I've been meaning to make this video for a while. There's a variety of topics I'm just going to try to blast through and share my 2 cents on. Halo on Unreal, on PlayStation, their shift to campaign remakes, and my experience having played what they got so far, their lack of multiplayer for who knows how long, Halo's all-in investment in AI and whatever that means. And importantly, seeing as my channel's been primarily focused on this for the past like 6 years, we got to talk about the state of Halo's esport. The vibe in the community right now is that competitive Halo is completely finished, just donezo. It's not entirely true. I want to talk about the status of the players and what we know about the landscape for competition in 2026 so far, and a little self-reflection on the state of this channel and what the heck I plan to do this year. And somehow yap all that over to you before you get up from the toilet. That's right, I know you're taking a dump watching this video, aren't you? At least hit the sub button, man. It's a weird time to be a Halo fan right now. Master Chief, the hero of the Xbox brand, is going to PlayStation. You tell me this 10 years ago, and the Xbox fanboy that I was would have been pissed. But today, I think it needs to happen. I think this one's pretty obvious. Now more than ever, if Halo wants to have a chance, the game's got to be as accessible as possible. Put it on PlayStation, open it up to new fans, give the game a chance to compete against the many other multi-platform games stealing everybody's attention. The only reservation I have with this, and I'm sure other people can agree, is that at one point, it felt like Master Chief was the Mario of Xbox. You know, this like iconic industry-defining video game character. He's just the reason you would choose an Xbox over anything. Putting Chief on PlayStation symbolically just feels like a surrender to me. Like Microsoft or 343 failed to bring Master Chief to the heights of an iconic character like Mario, and now for the sake of our survival, we gotta share Cortana with PlayStation. I've seen the memes. The internet is freaking sick, bro. My God. So maybe a special quality of Chief and Halo gets lost in transition to multi-platform. I don't know. But when you get to a point where games with Halo cameos are more successful than Halo itself, then we just got to get with the times and adapt. Like, put it on PlayStation, put it on my phone, on my watch, on my refrigerator. Like, I'm over it. I don't care. As long as we're getting a full-featured, fun Halo game with regular updates, please. I'm hopeful with Unreal Engine. You can fight about Halo's gameplay direction, sprint versus no sprint, all you want. What killed Infinite's popularity quickly was the game's inability to scale with demand. I don't know, and I don't think we'll ever truly know what happened during the development of Infinite. Maybe Microsoft cut corners, a revolving door of contract workers and executive employees along the way, but we got to call it how it is. Slipspace was a messy, engine. They couldn't make content, they couldn't build updates in the game fast enough. It's wild when you compare Infinite to other games. Like, I've been playing a bit of Black Ops 7 recently. In 3 months, they've added at least 9 new maps and new weapons to the game, which is equal to, if not more, content than 3 years of Halo Infinite. Switching to Unreal, if executed correctly, could legitimately save the direction of this franchise. I know it sounds cliche to even think about, but if you look into the potential of Unreal, it's kind of crazy. We're talking better, more realistic graphics than we've ever seen, faster development, support for multiple projects simultaneously that scale more easily, improved competitive gameplay, and multiplayer stability, all built on a foundation where they can innovate and experiment with Halo's world in ways they never have before and enhance the shit out of Forge. And what are they doing with all that power and potential? They're remaking a remake of Halo CE's campaign. Correction, apparently they're remaking the campaigns for Halos 1, 2, and 3. Why? Well, ain't that the million-dollar question? I try to put myself in Halo Studios' position here, like maybe porting MCC over to PlayStation isn't good enough. That Gears of War port they put on PlayStation definitely didn't turn many heads, but also because it's literally the same original game with all the same outdated issues. MCC, though, is a much more content-complete product with an active player base, but you know, maybe they're thinking they can't milk the same revenue out of it as they can with 3 individual releases. I see the vision, new engine, new platform, opportunity to sort of reboot the franchise for new fans. Hard to completely screw it up as well. You got the legendary Halo CE framework just laid out in front of you. And sure, they'll spice a few things up, add some more weapons and vehicles to the game, like the battle rifle, the sword, some new skulls, a few new missions. Maybe there's a real W in here for campaign fans and anyone really invested in this potential to expand on Halo's original iconic storyline. But apart from that, it's still just the Halo CE we've already played. Like, there's not enough here to get me excited. And maybe I'm crazy, but I'm also a little concerned that the investment they're putting in here feels like an attempt to sort of erase and replace the original Halo games as well. Like, I played the CE remake at the Halo World Championship, beautiful looking game, but it felt like I was playing Halo 5 with Sprint as the only armor ability. That might piss some people off. Which on one hand is positive. The remake was built on a hybrid engine. Halo Reach's Blam engine is where the gameplay mechanics and physics come from, so there's proof here that the unique Halo feel hasn't been lost in transition to Unreal. For example, the strafing has that distinct, like, skatey kind of feel to it that was in Halos 1 to 5, but then shooting guns reminded me of Halo 5 as well, so hit scan style projectiles and forgiving aim assist. Like, very quickly, I found myself kind of tired of it. I know Halo CE's campaign like the back of my hand. It's the same environment, same encounters, but now it's easier to just sprint and shoot my way through them. And that concerns me because while Halos 1 to 3 operate with the same sort of foundational mechanics, the gameplay between them felt completely unique. If these remakes lead to a standardized gameplay feel between the 3 titles, then the charm of the original game sort of disappears here. Like, imagine playing Halo 3 campaign with a hit scan BR. You'd be ripping the personality out of the gameplay experience, I think. I'm not saying they're going to do it. I don't know. If they actually remake all these games, we're looking at what I assume would be years worth of effort and dev resources in a pander to nostalgia without enough new and interesting content to hold people's attention for long, while sort of overwriting this iconic trilogy that I think stands the test of time on its own. If they were to just choose Halo 3 and give that a full-scale, faithful remake with additional content, I think the internet would go crazy for it. Instead, we're taking this giant detour, and I hope it pays off, because meanwhile, where's some multiplayer? Seriously, though, where is it? Where? We know Certain Affinity's working on something. There's just no word on what specifically that is or how long we gotta wait until we get it. I think I could speak for Halo's multiplayer community when I say we'd prefer to not have to wait another 2 years. And I'm sure Microsoft knows this too, so what are they doing to speed up the process? We're going all in on AI.
Highlights how artificial intelligence is expected to become a pillar of development for future Halo titles. Yeah! That's what we needed! Halo Studios has hired a new chief of staff, Angela Hesian. However, she also started her own AI consulting company in 2024. We're so back. Now imagine when you take the talent of the former 343 team and couple them with AI. What they can create. The sky's the limit. Unbelievable, man.
Twitter had a field day with this one, and I get it, man. Nobody wants AI slop in their Halo games. Like, leave the creativity, the originality to the talented artists and developers. AI is scary. Every passing day, it just gets more powerful. Like, look at Will Smith eating spaghetti. It's funny how we use this as our gauge for the technological advancement of AI. Like, oh, he really be eating that. And that's at the most basic level. Like, the potential for efficiency here is hard to fathom. And if North America decided to put a halt on the development of AI, it's not like the rest of the world is going to suddenly follow suit. We're just barreling down this path one way or another. So brace yourself, because I'm sure there's going to be crashing and burning along the way. For Halo, I think more than anything, it comes down to trust. According to Rebs Gaming, AI will be woven into every aspect of Halo's future development, including terrain, world building, enemy AI, and game logic. Imagine playing against enemy AI that learned and adapted to your playstyle, or a ghost, an AI ghost of your own gameplay that learned how you played and can recreate it. Like, in the future, we're going to be selecting our favorite pro player ghost from a menu and then 1v1ing them. That actually sounds kind of dope. Some Halo devs have come out and clarified that people are creating the future of Halo, that human creativity is central still to the development of Halo. AI is simply a tool in the toolbox. And I got no doubt there's many brilliant ways they can use AI to help streamline workflow at Halo Studios. The fact that it's Halo as a first mover making this big, significant shift towards AI is what I think has people really freaking out here. If, for example, it was Rockstar Games employing AI in the development of GTA 6, I feel like people would be concerned, but there'd also be this faith that Rockstar is going to use the tool responsibly and not compromise the final product. With Halo and their track record, trust and faith just isn't there right now. They take a big risk like this, and people are very quickly going to assume the worst. So it's hard to know what to think. I guess I just hope we see a lot of transparency in the future on AI's integration with Halo. Again, we're playing a waiting game. As a Halo fan, I'm hoping for the best. I know AI is not going anywhere anytime soon, and for Microsoft, it's a company-wide initiative. Maybe at the Developer Direct later this week, we'll hear something. All the downtime between releases and updates really is one of the biggest tragedies in our Halo community. Other AAA games seem to have a system in place that lets them seamlessly transition from title or update to update and sort of build momentum in their community on the way. In Halo, we sort of go on hiatus. Developers right now are focused on what's next in the Halo franchise. Halo Infinite had its final content update last November, so until the next game comes out, there is no new content coming to Halo. It's not the first time we've been here, and it can be challenging for Halo's dedicated fans and esports scene. I'm going to try to keep this summary brief. If you made it this far in my rant and you don't watch competitive Halo, you probably should. And Halo Infinite's esport is incredible. It's criminally underrated. Last year, I made it my mission to broadcast as much of it as I could. Last October, we had the final World Championship for Halo Infinite. Shopify took it confidently, and Royal 2, Frosty, Last Shot, and Cycle are an elite team. They're looking like they've got dynasty potential at the level of a final boss from the Golden Generation. But we might not be able to fully appreciate that. HCS, as of last October, has officially closed its esports circuit until the next Halo comes out. So they will no longer be hosting any online or LAN events until the next Halo multiplayer, which we got no idea when the hell that's coming. It could be end of 2026, which would be amazing, or 27, meaning, you know, we're stuck here for a while. So this is an awkward period, and some of our top Halo talent are now moving over to compete in Call of Duty and may never come back. All of Optic, Renegade, and Legend specifically are playing in COD Challengers. Renegade has shown a lot of progress in a short time. I could see him finding success. Legends had a rockier route, but still has plenty of potential. Formal is watch partying, not competing. It's like he never left the community. He's doing fine. Bound is taking a break, and he mentioned this on Twitter. We don't know when he's coming back, if he's going to play Halo, or if he's kind of grinding COD outside the spotlight in his own way. Half of Envy's roster, Precision and Yaxon, are currently in Challengers as well, alongside Complexity's Mental, and Collect from C9 is also playing in Challengers. Whether or not these players stick with COD depends on the success they find and what happens with Halo this year. But you can't blame them for trying. We've lost top talent in Halo to COD like this before. I think Shotzi's one of the most famous examples. He's now a top player in the game. All is not completely lost in Halo, though. Well, HCS is no longer hosting events. Events can and still will be hosted by a third party. We've got 3 more significant events announced already. DreamHack Birmingham, 100K LAN in the end of March. DreamHack Atlanta in May. And Halo Fest will have a tournament as well, though we're waiting on details. It's something, but it's smaller scale. And with less events, there's less incentive for sponsors and partnered org support. So several of our partnered orgs have dropped out. We've got 4 orgs left in HCS, Shopify, FaZe, Space Station, and C9 that I believe plan to field a roster. Of the remaining orgs, I believe Shopify is the only one that can justify paying salaries right now as well. So this is tough for any of our top Halo talent that's not interested in COD and want to play Halo, like Lucid, for example, who recently announced he probably won't compete next year. One of our most sought-after players in the scene may not compete. That's a big blow. It's getting dark, man. What our community needs right now more than anything is momentum. Grassroots partners like LVT Halo, Europa Halo have voiced that they are eager to continue supporting Halo. Thankfully, HCS is offering prize money to these partners, so they have some land support hosting their own events. Shout out to LVT, who recently announced they're looking to put on a San Antonio LAN in late February. We're still waiting on details, but that's a huge W. This is the type of momentum we need. There's a good chance we'll also see some type of event from Shopify and maybe FaZe or SSG as well. As soon as we got details, I'm all over it. It's a domino effect, you know? Right now, the dominoes are just falling the wrong direction, but the more info we get about events and interesting teams forming, then the more people and orgs and sponsors will want to be involved. Definitely not where I expected us to be after the year we just had, but at the same time, I'm not surprised. Last year was incredible, though. I had a ton of fun streaming Halo, covering the esport, just keeping up with the dialogue and everything. If you're a part of the journey, if you supported in any way, thank you so much, man. Like, it made my year. My heart is still in Halo, man. COD is fun. I did stream it a bit, but I've been pulling back on it a lot. I've been MIA and honestly just taking a break from streaming, gaming, everything. I might make breakdown videos, YouTube content on COD. I'm still interested in keeping up with the scene and ranked when that comes out, but I'm also ready to get back into Halo, so expect the Halo streams to come back. I'm determined to make this year better than the last as long as there's something happening and a path for me still in this space. I think for Halo this year, it's going to be more about community than ever before. The more everyone is collaborating, putting on small events, the better it's going to be. So if you got any suggestions for me for content, whether it's Halo or COD, feel free to let me know. As well as your take on the state of Halo in the comments below. Are we doomed? Maybe not quite yet. I think Microsoft is going to take one final crack at this, and hopefully this is the one that breaks the glass ceiling. Oh, by the way, if you're still taking a shit after this entire video, you might want to see a doctor, bro. You got to get that looked at.